Even know if this is working yet. I was kind of just setting stuff up, and then I kind of just did stuff, and then I did other stuff, and yeah. Hold on. Are we live? Are we live? Yes, we are live. Hello, us in our liveness. Did you know that I'm alive? Did you know that I'm a live person? Ricky, I'm a live person. Come here. Come here, Ricky. Come here right now. Alright, fine, don't come. He's such a dog, I swear. Dogs will be dogs. Are you a dog? Come here, I got you. Oh, I got you. Come here. Oh, Ricky. This is a dog. See this? This is a dog, and he is a pain in my ass, but I love him so much. You don't even understand how much I love this little pain in my ass. Right, Rick? Mwah. Alright, you gonna be a good boy while I live stream how to make this little cake for people? For the love of God, people, don't eat this cake. It's not food. Looks good, but it's not food. Alright? It's not food. It's not food. So basically what we're going for is we're gonna make a little tiny strawberry cake. Strawberry cake. It's going to look like blah blah blah. It's going to look like one of these when it's finished. Look how cute it is. You see the cuteness? Let me take this. Did I not turn on my thing? I didn't turn on this light. Hey look, we need light. And then Sarah said, let there be light, and there was. See? It's a little tiny cake. Very cute. And then, if you cut into pieces, you get adorable little cake pieces. See? It's got the layers and everything. It's so cute. It's so cute. See the cake? It's a cute little piece of cake. And this is what we're going for right here. We're going for this. And this. We're going for both of these. You see? We're going for these. This is what we're going to make. We're going to make these. Right now. And then maybe another day I'll show you how to make these things. Little pies. Maybe I'll show you how to make those one day. But those actually need baking and clay, and those are a bit more involved. So, basically, let me set this up here. Out of the way. We need, can you get off of there, little pieces of pie? You need pieces of foam in whatever color you want. And since we're doing the, I gotta fix this a little. Since we're doing pink and white for the layers, we have pink and white 1-inch circles of foam. You can either use a thing, what do you have? Oh, you have your thing. Okay, you're good. Sorry, dog was chewing on something. You can either use a cutout thingy that you can get where you do perfect circles, or you can just cut these out yourself. It really doesn't matter. They're not going to have to be perfect circles for this because you're going to be covering them anyway, and you're not going to see the outside. You're just going to see the inner part when you cut it. The rest is going to be covered. Alright, so you need those, however many you want. You need regular caulk. This is regular caulk. You also need paint in the color you're going to want in case you're not doing my color. You need the color of clay that you want your sprinkles to be. Mine are red because I'm basically just making the same cake again that I already have. You need scissors. You need a spoon, plastic bag. You need a little tiny grater thingy. I got this set for purposely just for using clay with, so that I can make my little sprinkles. If you're going to be mixing the caulk, you need these, and, you know, more spoons, but we're not doing that this one. Whoopsies. And then you need something to spread the caulk. I can't get where the camera is, sorry. You need something like a knife, a disposable knife, or some tool to spread the caulk on your cake. Now, normally when you do this, you would wait for it to dry, the caulk to dry, before you would continue, but I don't have that kind of time because it takes a long time for the caulk to dry, right? So I'm going to be doing this the fast way by using this little tiny Lazy Susan and some double-sided tape to keep my cake where it's supposed to go. So, rather than wait between every layer like you usually would do, I'm going to do this the cheap and easy way. So let me set the stuff aside I don't need yet. And I gotta take the end piece off of this so I can get to the caulk inside. Actually, I think it was better when I didn't have this light on this time. Yeah, that's better. So it's better without the light today. So see this? We're getting that out so we can get to the caulk inside. And there it went. Did you see that? It went flying all over the floor. Hold on just a minute. That was unexpected. Ricky, you can't eat this. This is not for a dog to eat. Caulk is not edible, okay? Never has been, never will be. Don't even try it. I swear dogs are crazy. I don't have any napkins in here. Should have brought napkins. I'm gonna go grab some napkins. Sorry. Be right back. That's definitely something you need to remember is napkins. Alright. That's better. I grabbed a paper towel that I had on the table from earlier. You'll also notice my camera's not wiggly. I mean, barely wiggly, and that's because I put it on a chair next to the desk instead of against the desk. Isn't that nice? I figured it out. So yeah. See, there's caulk in here, and later on, after we're done with this, we are actually just going to cover it with plastic so it stays good and we can use it again another time. So, first of all, what we need to do is take our pieces of foam and alternate between white and pink, because these are the colors that we're currently using. We're going to do a 4-layer cake, because I'm pretty sure that's what they are. Are they... How many layers do these have? It's been a while. 5-layer cake. I was wrong. A 5-layer cake. So there we go. We have our 5 colors in a layer. Now what we got to do, you can also use glue for this, but it makes it look more cakey if you do it this way. I'm going to set this up here out of the way. And I'm going to take some double-sided tape here. And put one of these down. There. Now it'll stay there for eternity! No, just until I pick it up again. Now I'm going to take my tool here, grab some of this, and spread it on as though I'm doing frosting. Pretty much just think of the caulk as frosting. That's basically what I'm doing here. And then we take our next layer, put that on. Now we've got 2 layers. Now we need some more caulk. Yep. And literally, like, everything for this little project of yours costs, like, barely anything, because you can get the color of clay you need for a couple bucks, you can get the caulk for a couple bucks, the foam pieces are cheap. I mean, you really don't need to spend a ton of money to make this cute little cake. Hey, dog, what are you doing? I swear my dog is a pain in my butt. He makes live streaming hard. He does. He's such a dog. There. Some more caulk. I'm literally just taking it off of the lid that went flying, so I don't have to worry about too much. Alright. Just let it go. Next layer. And you don't need a ton of caulk in the middle of this. Yeah, having fun, dog? You just need enough to glue it down. Yeah? I'm busy right now, Rick. Rick, I'm busy right now. Do you mind? Okay. Now you can take and make sure that it's more straight. It does need a little bit of straightening, you know? It's okay if your pieces aren't perfectly matching, but you can straighten them out at least a little bit so that they don't look quite so insane. So yeah, there we go. We've got that part now. The next part of this, see, we've got all the layers, is actually frosting this cake, which is basically as though you're frosting a cake. You just take the caulk, put it on there. Let's frost a cake. And be careful not to let the layers move. This is why you usually wait between, but I don't got that kind of time. Moving my mouth but not saying a thing, hoping the changes would take by working their way from the outside in. You just make it like it's a cake. If anybody knows how to make a cake for reals, this would be very good. You would learn very well to make a cake for reals by doing a tiny little cake. Don't you? What is real? And I just showed up. And it's okay if you make a bit of a mess. Caulk can be washed off. You just want to make sure you get the cake covered. Sorry, I know you can't see me. I'm trying to cover the cake and I gotta be able to look at it. Can't do everything on camera all the time, okay? Come on. I gotta be able to look at small things. You gotta give me, you know... And yes, normally you would wait for the caulk for the middle pieces to dry before you do this, but I ain't got that kind of time. There we go. We now have a frosted cake of cuteness. Isn't it cute? I'm just going around and fixing a spot or two. You want to make sure it's covered. And sometimes you gotta go over it a couple times. It's actually really fun. Making a tiny mini cake. And I like making real ones, so, you know, making a mini one is fun too. And I just showed up. There, see? Little tiny cake. Isn't that wondrous? Okay. Next, we get to put on the clay pieces of color. So that's when we take... Hey, what are you doing? You don't roll down on me. Don't you dare. No. Stay there. Yeah, I like to yell at my stuff. It's okay. I swear I'm not insane. Alright, so we need this little one. This little tiny one here. And this is our grading side. So then we just take and do this. With the clay. Can you please not? I can't put that on the floor. The dog will eat it. Damn it! Alright, I'll just do that. That'll work. And this is how we're making ourselves some sprinkles. I would recommend being more careful than I am by doing this. I just do this all the time, so, you know, I'm used to killing myself for the sake of art. I always hurt myself for the sake of art. It's kind of ridiculous, really. Alright, so now we have our sprinkles. And now we take and put them on while this is still wet. While it's still wet! It won't stick otherwise, my friends. I mean, technically, if you really wanted to, you could just use glue, but doing it this way makes it a bit more, makes it better. No, I know you can't see it, but we're doing this. Alright. Now we need this thing again. And I gotta rinse it off a little because it's covered. And then we just make sure that everything is uniform against the side with it. Add a little more there. There. See? It's hard to get it so you can see it. Now it's got sprinkles! Gotta add some more in a couple of other places so it looks better. There. That looks appetizing already. For a tiny little adorable cake. It's my adorable little cake. Now comes the fun part. Well, I mean the other part. One of the fun parts, because I think all of this is fun. You can still use more of that in a little bit. Okay, so now you need one of these, or whatever shape you really want. Make sure it's tiny little end. See how little that end is? Because it's a tiny little cake, and you're gonna need tiny amounts of little driblet thingies, you know, bloops. I'm gonna make myself some more sprinkles, because I'm gonna need them for the middle of the cake, so, you know, make some more if you want. Alright, now you can actually take these. Now mind you, don't use this thing on food. I know that most clay is in fact non-toxic, but that means nothing. Now you put this right in the middle of the cake and spread it out a little bit with your hands. So you're gonna go around it. Now mind you, you can interchange any colors you want for this cake. I'm just doing red because these are what I already had ready from the last time I made cakes. Alright. There. So you can actually use glitter if you want to. You can use just about anything. It doesn't really matter. This is just the base idea for how to do this for you, okay? But you can take and do whatever you want with it. Now, the last fun part is actually piping the frosting onto the cake. And to do that, you need one of these. And this thing, and some tape to hold this thing into the thing. And a pair of scissors. So basically take and cut the corner just a tiny bit, just enough for this to fit in. And throw this bitch on in there. See, it's in there now. Then you take your tape and make sure to tape it well. You don't want any of it leaking out of here. So make it so that it still works, but so that this thing is in here good. You want this in here. You want to make sure it's in there, so tape it as much as necessary till it's good. So you feel as though it's good. And you don't actually need a lot of caulk, but you usually give yourself more than you need because you need to be able to, like, you know, press the thing. But this is where the disposable spoon comes in. This thing. This thing. You can even do this if you want. Like people do sometimes. You know? Put it inside out in there so that you can fill it easier. Now, just take this. You actually need about maybe this much for these piping things. However, you're going to need more than that so that you can put it through the actual end, you know? But it's fine because caulk does not cost much, so you're not really out of any luck here. Hey! Get back here, cup! Alright, now make sure it's going through and it won't explode on me. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, you don't need much, and you need to be careful not to let it explode on you either, because it will if it wants to. And then you're kind of in trouble. I think I taped it too hard at this one end, but that's fine. See? Let's put this up closer to the camera. Now you just do this. I'm just fixing my edgings because I made up a little. See? And if you really want to, you can put some around the edging down here too. I mean, I have so much of it left, I'm going to just do that because that way I'm not wasting any. I don't like to waste. See? Isn't that cute? It's a little cake. Like I said, you can make these in any color you want. That's what makes them really fun. Should we add more? Let's add more. I'm just having fun with this now. Nice. But like I said, you can do these in any color you want. You know? There it is. There's our little cake we made. Because we're amazing. Oh, I'm crazy. I probably won't cut this one into pieces, just because that middle piece would not work. Come here. There you go. Look. We made a cake. Almost looks good enough to eat, don't it? But don't eat it. Please don't eat it. Please don't eat it. Now you just gotta wait for it to dry. I'm gonna fix a few spots. It'll dry hard, so it won't be as pliable once it dries, but you gotta wait for it to dry, and that's the part that can be the hardest. There. So for those of you who like little miniatures, here's how to make a cake. And as I said, you can change it to be any way you want it. Any colors you want. You can make it chocolate, you can make it completely vanilla, you can make it any color you want it to be. It does not have to be the colors I just did. Just make sure that when you do, you mix it in one of these with disposable stuff, because caulk is no laughing matter. It can actually be very dangerous. But that's about it. There's our cake. That was easy. Took about a half hour, just because I had to explain stuff. If a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough. This thing will stay where I want it to stay. And I said goodbye. But yeah, there you go. There's how you make a miniature cake for a dollhouse. And then you can cut it into adorable little pieces like these. Where's the others? See, I have a bunch of these. See, I made a bunch. This was probably my favorite though, just because I went so out of the loop with it. I gave away a couple of these little pieces, so they're not all still here. Gave them away as cute little gifts. I even have a partially done apple pie. Blueberry pies. Cherry pies. See? I got these are my baked goods for my little bakery that I've been working on. I've got other ones too, but these are the main ones. But look at all these little cakes. Aren't they cute? And now you know how to make one. You know how to make one of your own in any way you want, just by using a basic idea, and then you use an X-Acto blade to just cut them in half. Just slice them like with an X-Acto blade. Carefully. Be careful. Don't hurt yourself. Alright. That's it for this tutorial, I suppose. That was quick. Didn't take long. Never does when it has to do with these easy things. So feel free to show me what you've made if you make one. I would love it. I would love to see it. You can either post it on the Facebook page or in the group, or comment me down below, or send me a message, or anything you'd like. I'd love to see what you've made. Alrighty then. Until next time, my fellow compadres of artistic endeavors. I like that. I might have to keep using that one. I will see you next time. Bye. Thanks for joining me.